irony is present throughout this movie. You know, you have situational, twist, and you have dramatic. So dramatic is basically another literary device where you know, an individual character, he goes through something, he expresses it in a way that it is contrary to what actually exists, and it's a substantial amount of that character's development. So you know, the audience knows that Borden is actually played by two brothers. Like, we're in on the secret while we're watching all this.
Yeah.
But unbeknownst to everybody else, with a few exceptions and caveats,
Yeah.
you know, you have that. So it's ironic that they're able to pull off all these twists, but nobody ever seems to think, oh, he just has a twin brother, or there's a doppelganger, or someone that looks like
Yeah.
him.
Except for Cutter, who from
Yeah.
the very beginning is like, he's using a dog. It's so simple.
And Angier is like, nah, that's too simple. That can't be.
Yeah.
Like
Too simple. Yeah.
But it's like Sherlock Holmes said, you know, like, once you eliminate everything that is even no matter how preposterous it is, the thing that's left, that's what it is. So
yeah, it's elementary at that point.
Yeah, so it's just like, wow, why? And then when he's thrust, like, to actually deal with it in his face on his deathbed, he's like, I don't know why I could. He's left befuddled, where he's like, I don't even know why I couldn't even recognize this.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then the next part is like just the situational irony. You know what I mean? Like, you know, you have this thing that occurs, an outcome or a situation, but it's the opposite of what is expected and considered appropriate. So, you know, you have the part where the brothers take their deception, you know, very seriously, where they're cutting off with now this is a worker's tool, mind you, this is a chisel, you know, where you're, and he literally, he hits the bottle one time, his brother holds him down, and the both of them, and then it flashes to, hey, you know, it's bleeding just Sarah's system. Hey, just like on the first day. And here the audience is thinking like, you know what? Maybe he got an infection, or maybe he did something that opened up the wound and didn't heal properly. So your mind goes to the worst case scenario, and it doesn't even seem for you to be like, oh, it's the brother, the commitment to pulling this off. And even when it's hinted about, where Olivia's like, hey, you know what? The level of commitment, you should wear that with a badge of honor. I looked at it, I examined it, and no one else seemed to think of it like, hey, the two brothers, this is how they get down. And mind you, just to go back for a minute, another example of the dramatic irony is Angier believing that Tesla built this machine for Borden, and that's not the case. Even when Angier is sent to Colorado, no, it's just a means to get you out of the country.
So no, it's true. Yeah.
So I thought that was really dope. And then, of course, the ending is the twisting irony, where, you know, I don't even want to touch upon that because it's so obvious.